Hey everybody, Tuesday night podcast. Rick Kelto.
Reed.
Beer man.
Packed in here like sardines.
Beer man. Here, you know what we'll do? We'll do this then. Is that better? There we go. That's a little better.
I'm in the middle. There's no handies
Take
given out, though. We're not going skiing today.
So, league news. The news that I have is there was a theft of a donut the other night.
Yep.
The culprit will be apprehended. He will be forced to eat a jelly donut.
Yep. There might be others. I mean, that is a unforgivable sanction.
Paul needed to put those fucking donuts under lock and key. They should not have been just laying out on the counter for everybody to see. They should have been back here like the cake was that you were drooling about that first week.
It was unethical. It was wrong.
Oh my God, it was so unethical. And you took a glazed one, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You're lucky I ate the first one. Because I was going to have the second one and the other one.
I didn't even get a motherfucking donut because I was playing during the donut exchange. So that's some bullshit.
We'll talk about that Tuesday, though.
I'm pissed about the donuts, dude. Don't touch the fucking donuts. Tuesday night, the donuts that are here are for the donut exchange. After the donuts are done with on the exchange, you can have all the motherfucking donuts you want. But don't touch donuts.
This week, we do have our last donut exchange for the season. We're not going to do them in the playoffs.
Not just that. He's had 3 offenses now.
He got
Donuts, the water bottle, and the way he flops around like a fucking fish out of water.
He's on my team, so I can't comment on that.
Jamie, any comment? He's not on your team.
I think I said it in the donut exchange.
Okay.
When they said his name, I go, isn't that the guy who throws himself to the ground 6 times a night?
Did you see him flop on fucking Catanzaro during our game? He grabs a hold of him and falls down and goes like this.
I don't recall that happening.
I
did not see that.
Burness does it in the corner during his game.
That was a violent attack on
It was
Burnett.
so funny.
He was violent.
I know the little guy fucking got some anger out.
Yeah, he
The
did.
little guy took him out, and the refs didn't even see it.
No.
That's what I'm talking about. They call all that shit in our game.
Well, the refs are looking eye level when the little man jumps. He doesn't really get to the eye level yet.
Well, the thing that bothered me is Burness could have went to the hospital with that assault
yeah.
on him. I mean, that was a
I would
flagrant.
have pressed charges like when we had the tomahawk.
Oh.
So let's get into the games of the week.
No, game of the week, first game. The Hitmen, 12-game winning streak is over. Joe Price made sure of it all by himself with 2 goals. Final of 3-2. And I can't sit without saying Stu Monteith and your defense played lights out. Stu was on his head. He was on his game. He played great. He made some phenomenal saves. Great job, Stu. Great game, you guys. You guys had the right plan that worked.
I think the MVPs of the game were Stu and Brandon.
Yes.
But I do want to point out, we had a guy come in the league last week. Wears this fucking BDL MVP shirt, right? Scores 8 seconds into the game, running around saying he's an all-star. Just want him to know the following week, I scored 8 seconds into the game, but my guy was offside.
Joe Gallagher, learn to stay on sides, dude.
So, we'll let the all-star settle down.
All right, well, anyway, first game, 3-2, Hitmen lose. Not Fast but Furious pulls out the victory. Jamie, what'd you think of that game?
I think they had the right plan. I think, honestly, they played better than us. They took it to us until the third period. The power plays did not help. I will say that I played the second game and you played the third game, and I don't think the second game was called anything like our game was called.
It wasn't. There's one referee who needs to quit getting so involved in the games.
And the third game we watched, you played, it was not called like this game was called.
No, that game was physical too.
And it was physical, and I'll say this, I'm not going to pitch because Stu stood on his head, and these guys, they had the right plan.
No, I'm not taking anything away from them. They played great.
Well, in that third period, we did take it to them.
Yep.
And I know I went and played forward, and I forechecked a lot, and I was on top of you guys a lot. And you guys were on top of me a lot. And if you're not calling any of that, fine, peace. But
don't start calling that shit.
You can't start calling. Now the game gets close, and it's contested, and there's 3 minutes left, and then you're manufacturing penalties again.
I'm going to say, I probably wouldn't have called a lot of the penalties in the first and the second that were called. I think Bertolino's trip at the end was right.
They didn't call it a trip. They called it a slash.
That's the point. It was the right.
Learn the fucking rule.
It was a call. It was right in front of me. It was a trip. But
I agree.
I
agree.
One before that.
He didn't call the one where Milashevsky, Verdi stepped at his and almost got hurt. He didn't call the same thing that Bertolino got done to him by Gallagher behind the net. Diaz had done to Ben McDaniel earlier, and they called that. But right in front of him, right where the play is behind the net, and you don't call it, that's what frustrates me. Like you said, you're manufacturing calls. You if you're going to ref, let the game come to you. Don't try to be part of the game. And that's what I thought happened the other night.
Right.
Or at least know what the game is.
Right.
3-1 game. If
Let
it's a
'em
blatant
play.
trip,
Let 'em
okay,
play.
I understand. But you have to control the game, whereas if you didn't call it before,
Right.
don't call it with 2 minutes left. Let
Yes.
it go.
Yep.
If you see another one, then call it.
Yep.
But you got
Because
to...
Verdi got called for 2 trips the other night, and the one when he got bent, he got the ball first, and as he was coming through with the ball, Ben stepped over his stick and fell. That is not a penalty as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry. They said he left his feet. As far as I knew, Verdi was on his feet the whole time then. So, anyway, you know what? It was a
what
good
it
game.
is.
These
Yep.
guys beat us. They deserved it. They earned it. You guys played great. You are, I mean, you guys are...
I think the big difference is we didn't sit... Last game, we lost 5-0.
you guys
we
didn't
honestly
run.
sat
You guys
back.
didn't run anywhere near where you
We
ran
got to
tonight.
let you guys come to us. We
Right.
didn't really... Like this game, we finally came in and got you guys on D.
Right.
We ran in the corners. We dumped the ball. And there was a big difference on point. When we got the ball dumped on us, we always had somebody on the boards.
Yeah, but you
And
guys
if you
weren't
guys
trying to. You
stepped
guys
down-
also weren't throwing it through
Yeah.
the middle. You were throwing it to the net to your other defensive partner.
Yeah.
Where last time you guys were throwing,
Yep.
and Reagan was knocking it down, and he was knocking it down, and you guys had the right plan where you didn't just blindly throw the ball up the middle. Makes a big difference.
I will say that we did get chances. This could have been a different game if we bury a couple of those early, right?
Could have very easily been a tie game.
Because
Oh, yeah.
it's not like it was 3-2. We
I mean,
did
that
have
pass
chances.
Reagan gave me in the first period
Yeah,
that just
we
went
had
wide.
chances when needed to be called upon. Stu stood on his head.
Yes,
I thought.
he did. Stu played great. Stu played absolutely
Yeah,
great.
so, full
Okay,
marks.
we got to get the game.
I still did score on Florida in the first 8
All right, we got to get to game 2. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
We can
That's
talk
fine.
about this all
Go to
night.
game 2.
Game 2, the Kings opened up a can of whoop ass.
Yes.
They took it to the Dateline Predators. Now, Dateline Predators were without George Rack. They were without a couple other guys, but I mean, they really. I think the addition of Burness has sparked that team.
Yep.
They scored 5 goals last week. They scored 8 this week? 9? I don't know because I don't have my notes. I think it was 8-2 was the final.
it was 8-2.
Yeah, it was 8-2. Bill Herman had a phenomenal game from what I saw in the stats. Burness was a catalyst. Jamie played a great game on defense. The guys were saying how hard you are to get around. He filled in. They only had 5 guys. They had 4 guys, I guess, last minute call off and say they weren't going to be there. Dave Pryor filled in, played great.
Did play good. Yep.
And I mean, Dateline, they were running the first period, and then it just seemed like they turned it off. Like, they just stopped running. That's what I saw. I don't know.
I watched all 3 games this week.
Yeah.
Dateline did not.
They didn't run in the second and third period. I didn't think they
They
did.
didn't do much.
No. And they were missing Scott Stamford. They're missing Scott's a good player. George is a good player. I mean, so that makes up for some of it. But then again,
They got the second leading scorer in the league, and they shut them
right,
down.
the Kings were 5 guys. I mean, they had 5 guys show up. 5 guys didn't make it. Fabs wasn't here. Moon wasn't here. Lebecky wasn't here. So Sperduti fell asleep, didn't wake up. But he's here tonight, bright and early. No nap time for him.
Possible. Could have been an extra 2 goals.
Yep.
Couple giveaways.
In that game, Nick did have a goal and an assist that I looked at the stats. Burness had like 6 points. Bill Herman, 5 goals, 2 assists. Big game for him. Frank Napple played a great game. No penalties this week. I told you guys he's one of the cleanest guys in the league. I did think that at the beginning of the game that the Kings ran hard. They took it to him right off the get-go. And then once the ball started going in, it was like somebody turned the faucet off. You know?
I would say watching too, though, Skinner had a rough game this week.
Danny,
That was
yeah, I
rough.
think Danny struggled a little. I do. I believe.
Yeah,
I agree
hard time.
with that. Yeah. We'll wait till Moose is done interrupting us. What'd you think, James?
Does he even know what he said?
No.
I know.
Like I said, I played it. I think you're right. I think they were on me early. I played most of the game, and when a couple of those.
I mean, literally, he was on your leg like this. I mean, he was literally humping your leg, dude.
And
sorry, Nick.
like literally, once we got a couple past Dan, I don't know if they got deflated or whatnot, and we just kept running and running and running. And
Yep.
Herman, Armini, and Burness they were firing
And
away from everywhere.
Pete looks better and better every week. Now, you got to remember something about Pete Armini. The guy hasn't played hockey since 2000. He just started playing again at Mineral when we did the Tuesday League over there. And every week he gets better and better.
Yep.
He told me, because I tried to change for him the one time because I'm playing the whole game and it's their team, and I'm like, it's your team. You pull me off. He goes, I don't want to come on.
Yeah,
So-
Pete's getting every week. He's getting better and better, and he'll be second, third round pick. Here, you give him some time. I'm not kidding. I don't care how bad his wrist is or what he had done to him because he was in a bad accident in 2000. And you know, for whatever reason, you got the bug to come back and play hockey. So did Bill Herman. So did these other guys. And you know, it's actually, this league has resurrected a bunch of guys' careers.
Who is this fun?
But yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game by the Kings. And then game 3, I played for KAS, and another shocker. KAS beats Kramer 6-2. Brian Smith with the hat trick. Great game by Brian.
I had a good point.
Tom
in that game.
Siegel.
It's 2-2. I said Puffer needs to score a goal. Or no, it's
2-1.
I said Puffer needs to score
And
a
he
goal,
blew it up.
and he freaking
He
smashed
did the
one.
laundry. Did you see that freaking the towel fly off the back of the net?
That was a hell of a shot,
It was.
but it didn't prove to be enough. I thought,
No, I actually had the game winner.
I really thought Kramer was going to pull it off, but
They usually do that where they start slow
Yeah.
and then they turn it on, and we just, KS kept coming. We ran the third period too. I told those guys after the second, guys, this is your MO. You guys stop running after the second period every time,
Yeah.
and that's when you lose. And they said, we're not going to stop running, keep bringing it. Al Rex wasn't here, and they still ran. Their catalyst, who I think it is. Brian Smith had a great game with a hat trick. Frank Russo had a great game. Jeff Goodrich had a great game. The defense was solid, and I'm telling you, Siegel, that game could have been 2-1 the whole game the way he played the first period. He was on it. I mean, he robbed me a couple times, but we got a couple lucky bounces. He put a couple in, and you know that's what happens. There was an empty net goal in that game too, so he only really let in 5. But we did take it to him in the third period, where KS usually backs off and does. Your brother was a beast. I mean, it was a good game. So the score didn't reflect what the game was. It was a lot closer than the score. And again, Tommy Siegel, I mean, you played great, man. You're not the last place goalie in this league, so please don't say that no more.
5th. I love Tom.
So-
He's probably, I would say he's a 3rd. I think he's 3rd.
Those were the games that I did say last week without Vertolino we'd lose 3-2, but we had Vertolino. We still, maybe it was Shot. Maybe I should have said Shot because we didn't have Jim Shot. Big Show wasn't here, and neither was
Anthony
It was
Charles.
just a good game.
Anthony Charles was here for you guys.
Their goalie,
They would have neutralized each other.
yeah, their
Yeah,
goalie just,
So
yeah, Stu was just
Stu
great.
was
We
awesome.
had some chances.
So I'm going to go right into 3 stars. For me, the 3 stars this week were number 3 with the hat trick for KAS, Brian Smith. Number 2 with the great game against us, Stu Monteith, and number 1 with 5 goals and 2 assists, Bill Herman. Those are my 3 stars this week.
3rd star, I'm going Pryor.
Okay.
Filled in.
Yep.
2nd star, I'm going Brandon Florette.
Okay.
1st star, I'm going Stu this week.
Fucking goalie run.
So,
He's a defenseman.
yeah, well, he also stole my idea. 'Cause I told him on the way here, all of my stars this week.
No,
were
I had
goalies.
him all stars
Oh,
too. That's what I was thinking.
So I'm going to call stars of the week. Pretty much it goes Monteith, Florette, Siegel, Pryor. I'm going to say 4 because I played in 2 of those games, and I mean you're letting
You
in
watched
2.
the other one.
Yeah, you're letting in 2 goals in this league. I mean,
We had a lot of shots on Stu. I don't care how many.
so
Oh,
and
you did?
don't forget, Florette played for KAS, only let in 2 goals.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was
Yeah,
on
he did. He
all
filled in.
night.
And those guys were digging at him too. I
I
gave
had
a
a lot
couple
of
guys a couple shots.
I saw it.
I gave
You
a
saw
couple,
it.
Yeah, don't touch my goalie, dude.
I blocked a lot. You
So-
guys had a lot of shots, but I got some good blocks.
You
and
did have a
I
lot of
think
blocks. I had a couple blocks too in our game. I mean, it was a good all-around game defensively. I mean, that was a 3-2 game. That was a hard-fought 3-2 game. But anyway, 3 stars. We're good on that. Going to my
Power rankings.
Power rankings. This week, my power rankings are all shook up.
Mine are as well.
So at 6, on a 4 or 5 game losing streak, I'm not sure because I don't have my notes. I've got the Dateline Predators. At 5, with another loss, and they shouldn't have lost, KAS.
It won.
No, they
Or
won.
not KAS, sorry. At 5, Kramer Forestry. At 4, I've got KAS. At 3, I'm going with the Kings. Burness is just that big of an addition. Number 2, the Hitmen have dropped from number 1 for the first time in 12 weeks. And number 1 for me are Not Fast but Furious because they won.
I'm going everybody the same except 2 is Not Fast but Furious and 1 is Hitmen, only because we were shut out by you guys last time 5-0. We did lose the first game 6-3. You have a 2-1 advantage over us.
Okay.
We did beat you. We did end your streak, which is an honorable mention, but going 12 games is pretty impressive.
Well, thank you.
No matter what night you're on, it's an impressive run to get 12
Especially
in a row.
as even as the teams are, I think.
Yeah. And considering, I think the difference we played from last time to this time, we look like a totally different team.
Yeah,
we didn't
you guys
play
played
anything
good.
like we did the
You guys
second
did. You
time.
played a good game. You had a good plan. Jamie?
I'm going 6 Kramer.
Really?
Wait, are they not in last place? No offense.
No,
No,
KS,
KS and Kings are tied.
KS and Kings are tied for last place.
You sure about that?
Yep,
Yeah.
Kramer's tied.
Kramer's 5-9-1. Those guys are 4 and
Okay,
4
fair
8
enough.
and 1.
Fair enough. I'm still going to go Kramer.
I wasn't mocking your decision. I
Yeah,
was just asking.
I'm going Kramer. I'm going.
You see shot in sweatpants? You think he works out?
Come on, we gotta go. Hurry up.
I got Kramer. I got. I'm going to say Kings 5, Dateline 4, KAS 3, Not Fast and Furious 2, and Hitmen 1. I've always said that Hitmen and Dateline were, 2A and 2B. The last 2 weeks, like basically 3 weeks, we played them. I think we beat them. I played them last week for KAS, and I think we beat them 7-2.
Yep.
And then last night I played them against them with the Kings.
I hated to
We
put
beat
them
them
at 6,
8-2.
but they're on a slide.
Yep. They
So
are in a big slide.
I think they're better than
They're
their,
definitely in a
than
big
their record
slide.
and their. But I think they're probably 4 or 5 right now because of that. I still have us at 1. It's not like we came out and we got blown out. We were right in it at the end. In my opinion, we turned it out in the third. If that game lasts another minute,
If
we
Verdi's
might
not
tie
in the
it.
box for the end of the game, we're
But
killing. We're
all
killing the
respect
last
to
few
your
minutes of the
goalie.
game.
So that's where I'm at.
We were killing, and Mike scored a shorthanded goal in the last 3 minutes. And we're killing a penalty. So,
We got 1 week left.
1 week left.
We
Last
gotta
week,
owe
hey Jim,
somebody
how you
something.
doing? Come on. Anyway, there goes the tea bag. Anyway, the final week's coming up. Last week of the season. The games are 7:30. Is I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. What's
We
the
played
7:30
the-
game?
We play KS at 7:30.
You play KS at 7:30.
We play at 9:30 against the Kings.
Kings. So the middle game is
Kramer.
Kramer versus Dateline.
Dateline.
Okay, so going with our game first, even though we're at 9:30, I'm picking us for the win against the Kings. Not gonna pick a score though.
Okay.
8:30, Dateline versus Kramer. I'm gonna say Kramer pulls it out. Dateline goes in the playoffs on a wicked losing streak.
You're not going to have Favado. Looks like his
Yep,
fingers
his finger.
popped
Yep,
out.
and then
Finger got stuck
and
in his
the,
butt.
the first game, Dateline or KAS versus. If KAS plays like they played the last 2 weeks, we're gonna beat you guys.
You know what? I'm going to say we're on a streak right now. We
Okay.
haven't lost since the 5-0 loss.
I know.
KS, not to take anything away, they are very tough.
Yep.
But I think we learned a lesson this week.
Okay.
If we actually play like that every week,
Okay.
gives us a better shot. But I think it's going to be close. I think they're going to hold me probably only a goal, get some secondary scoring, and I think we win 4-3.
Okay. James.
I'm going.
I got 2
Oh,
other
yeah,
games.
2 other games. Go ahead. Sorry.
What a dick.
Middle game. Sorry. Kramer versus.
I'm going Kramer's going to win this one. I think after the loss last week, Puffer's going to be pissed.
Okay.
Or he's just not going to care and want to
Okay.
win.
And then Hitmen versus Kings.
Just say what you said in the car.
You think we're gonna lose, don't you?
He does.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he's not the only one. I've been
Okay.
hearing it a lot.
All right. Well, let 'em
You know
play.
what I think it's going to come down? Honestly, I think it's going to come down to the goaltending. Because when we played them with Burness, I did have 4 goals, but let's be honest, 2 of them were long shots.
Right.
They do curve, but they were 2 of them he should have been in front of.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to say it comes down to Burness and Vertolino and the 2 goalies.
Okay.
Whoever
All right.
covers themselves enough, and whoever makes, well, obviously whoever makes the more saves, but
Right.
I think watching those 2 play each other could be fun.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be yeah.
Because they both got the same speed.
They're
they got
both.
the
They're
same
gonna.
shots.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's good. They're gonna put on a show this week.
But they don't play
But-
each other.
Okay.
But they don't have Florette. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
makes a difference.
Makes a big difference. What do you got, James?
All right. First game.
Why has this guy got a notebook?
First game I got KAS.
Yep.
I just take if you took my brother out of the mix.
Okay.
If he wasn't my brother.
If he wouldn't have
on
taken
team.
that donut, people wouldn't be picking
Yeah,
him.
I think their team is really good. I mean, it depends on their goaltending, but they don't forget that team has played together forever.
Yep.
So they know they're
They're
gelling.
turning on at the
They're
right
on
time.
right
They're
now.
turning on at the
Oh,
right
that
time.
is a big problem.
And Jay Husinger looked great again
Yeah.
this week.
You got a couple first rounders on that team. You got a couple second rounders on that team. And then you got guys who just freaking run. So
Yep. So
Um,
game 2, Kramer versus
Dateline?
Dateline.
I
I think Kramer's really mad about losing last week.
I think they are. I'm taking Dateline.
Okay.
I'm just going to do it. The Sanchez is going to step up. I played against him yesterday.
That's a call out to you, Paul.
He's still a pain in the ass. And he had a couple crossbars on the goalpost yesterday. He was still there. And third game, us, Hitmen. I think team defense-wise, we're going to have to try and
burn us down.
I'll
just chop his legs off from under him.
Yeah, we have Florette. And we'll hope that Vernolino and Reagan are up to the task for their goalie and their defense.
We need some secondary scoring out of Macker.
I honestly think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think that we pull it off in the end.
All right. Okay. Good. So, what else do we normally do here? Because I don't have my notes, and
So we got two teams got the first run by, which is us and you guys.
Yes. Yeah. That's set.
If anybody has
talk
any
about
ideas,
4, 5, 6, and
We
7.
talk about the top 10 scorers.
Well, the top 10 scorers I don't think changed at all this week, unless Herman might have snuck up in there.
I moved up to.
Okay.
fucking Rukoff's a dick, though. I get an assist this week to go up into third, and the guy goes out there and gets an assist, getting beat 7. Like,
Okay,
who does
so
something
speaking
like
of that, so the top 10 are still the same,
Yep.
I believe. So it's Verdolino, Favada,
Yep. Me,
Rukoff,
Rukoff.
you, McDaniel's in there,
Jamie, Martz,
Puffer,
Myself, I think myself, Martz, and Frank Russo are tied.
Russo. Okay,
Yes.
so
Puffer's
Russo's
behind
in
us.
there too. Okay,
Yes.
and Puffer's
Yep.
in there too. So
Yep.
that's the top 10. So this is what's going to happen. On Tuesday night, Brandon and Stu are going to draft the All-Star team here in the in-between game. So just so you guys know, I talked to both of them. We're going to do it then instead of waiting until the. So right now, as the scoring sits, that's how you're going to be picked.
Yeah.
Okay? No matter what happens the last game. I'm sorry, if somebody has 10 points and moves in the top 10, I'm sorry, but you know what? You should have did it sooner. We're picking that Thursday night or Tuesday night. You guys know I did a mock draft. Did you watch it?
I did. I turned it off.
Okay, why?
You're all over the place. Way all over the place. Stop telling people to pick Florette, too. What the fuck?
I'm not telling anybody to pick Florette. I know he's going to go there. What, you think I'm trying to talk Jimmy into it?
Yes.
No, I'm not.
Subliminal
Yeah,
manipulation.
I know exactly
Yeah,
what
but
you're
if
up
you
to.
look at the draft, the way I did it, he still ends up with a pretty good team. We've taken Florette with the first pick.
No, I know.
Oh, I
mean,
know,
everybody
but
comes up with a-
you're also taking into account that he takes my brother before he takes me.
You got him. You got you. You also
Even or he takes someone
No,
else.
no, I had him taking Frank, and,
Yes.
and then
In
but
the
you
second
also
round.
had
Which
Ben
one?
McDaniel going after where I've been playing with him.
Well, you never know.
I know. I'm
I
just saying.
don't know how your relationships are with these guys and what you think. I mean, you could have some devious shit going on in the background that you guys want to ride together in ski pole. I don't know. You're probably sitting in the
So
middle
so
like
if
this.
so if we
Unless
decided to
someone's
ride
double nunzos.
if we decided to ride together, he's going to say, "Yeah, I'm going to draft this other guy
It's double
instead."
nunzos like this.
Hey,
He's
I
doing-
said in the thing to the captains, and, you know, people start sending me donuts. Fuck, anything can happen.
Well,
Anything could happen.
anyway, I did it basically.
Some
for-
of it was correct. I think some of it you definitely got spot on.
Okay, well, Price will need help because he doesn't know a lot of the guys.
Yeah.
Nick doesn't know all the guys either, but Nick actually sticks around, watches the guys, and I think he takes notes. So with his little composition notebook from high school.
High school, that thing's from 5th grade.
Trapper
We
keeper.
got who's our other captain? We got Puffer. We got you.
Goodrich.
Oh, Jim Schott. Jim Schott knows who everybody
Yep.
is. Jeff Goodrich has got a good idea. As long as he gets his guys, he'll be happy, and then he'll build
Yep.
off of that. So, and I think he's going to take Russo. And if it falls that way, where Russo's there, I think he's going to take Reagan. I mean, wouldn't you love to start with Russo and Reagan as your centers?
Right, but I think that Russo and Husinger will be there, and I think he's going to take
No,
both of those.
Favada. I really think Favada's taking Houston.
The way that you have it,
right.
Bavada will take Rukoff.
No.
I think he
Nope.
will.
Nope. I'll put $20 on that right now.
I got it. Yeah, it's on tape too.
I'll
Do
put
it.
$20 on that right now. That he
No,
takes-
because now he's not going to take it, and you give him 10. I know how this works. It's more at night, but not last night.
All right. I'm telling you, he's more than likely, if the guy's there, he's going to take Husinger at 5.
I think
before
your
Rukoff.
5 through 10 was pretty accurate. I think the 1 through 5, anything can happen.
Yeah, it
I
can.
think you're pretty good in the first round. Who's going to go? I think once it gets after that,
You realize there's 6 teams in there. So it's 5 through 10.
Oh, yeah,
as you
whatever.
taking
Whatever. It is. I did it basically how I thought it would happen. Like I said, Burness or Verdolino can go 1-2.
Yeah.
It can flip flop either way. I mean, it depends on who Puffer wants.
Yeah.
And Puffer could trade out of 1 for all we know. Who knows? I mean, I don't know if he's talked to anybody yet, but he may want to trade out of 1. You never know. So there could be trades made the day of the draft for position.
He sent me a text. He offered me part of Penner's beard.
Penner shaved his beard off.
Which is now gone.
He's now gone.
His daughter said to shave it, and it's gone. And Puffer was really upset because they were like the fucking beard twins.
Yep.
They were like ZZ Top.
Yeah, that's like those two
I
guys.
really wish Penner
That's
was
like
playing
those two
that
guys
section.
on Larry's team. That's like the Park Twins.
I really, I really wish that Penner was playing. That
Yeah,
section.
I'd like
really
him to
do.
play.
That'd
There'd be a lot of good defensemen here.
Oh yeah, and you know Dotson's going to go in the top 4. I mean, whoever doesn't take Dotson in the top 4 is going to pay for it because he's another Burwell. He's that good. So, but I did the mock draft basically, like I said, for those guys. So everybody knows the plan. Next week's the last week. Following week is the first round. 6 versus 3, 4 versus 5. Following week is 7:30, 8:30. Following week is semifinals and whoever versus whoever, 1 and 2 versus whoever, and then the week after that we're doing championship game at 7:30, All-Star game at 8:30, and then if we can start the draft before the All-Star game ends. I mean, if guys want to, captains don't want to partake because I know Nick's in the All-Star game. If he wants to leave out of the game early and come, we can start the draft early. It's up to you guys. I don't care. But it'll be a good time. So anybody that wants to come to the draft, you're more than welcome. Because if you get drafted, you may be able to help your captain pick his team.
Yep.
So
or help yourself get traded to the team you want.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there are
driving
trades.
prospects.
Speaking of trades, you're allowed to trade 1 pick now before the draft.
Okay.
1 time. But after the draft, we are allowing trades up to week 6.
Okay.
This just changed. They did it on Thursday. We're doing it on Tuesday. We're trying to mirror the rules. So there will be trades allowed up until week 6. After week 6, that's going to be the trade deadline. No more trades.
I can tell you if anybody wants to make a trade with me, there has to be a donut involved.
Okay.
There's no other way about it.
The sub list will be clarified. Everybody will get a copy of it with the players' phone numbers. When you need subs, you will call them. If you have a player drop and you have to grab off of the reserve list, if it's a defenseman, you don't have to grab the first guy that's a forward. You can grab the first defenseman because there's guys that don't like to play defense.
Yep.
There's guys that don't like to play forward.
We ran into that last year on Thursday.
Yes, we did. We ran into that on Tuesdays too. So that's how we're going to do it. We're having our council meeting tonight. That's why we're all here early. I don't have anything else.
I'm good.
No, but it would help on draft night, like Puffer rides with a guy. If somebody gets drafted and you want to make a trade, just let us know. Unless you're telling me you want Rex for Burness.
You just brought Rex up, and I was just going to tell you that it's got to be apples.
It's got to be. It's got to be a first for a first, second for a second.
Right.
It can't be.
It could be a middle, third for a fourth. I mean, but when you
but you can't be.
Let's not say it has to be.
You can't be trading. You can't be trading Annunziata for Battleana.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not going to happen.
If it's realistic and
yes. Yeah.
There's, glazed donut that my teammate doesn't steal.
I do have news. I forgot. I posted it today on Facebook. Al Rex's game has been found.
It was in the graveyard.
It's in Mount Calvary Cemetery. And I went, somebody actually found, I'm not going to say who found it, and took a picture of it and sent it to me.
I saw that.
Al, I'm so sorry. You can go and try to dig it up, but I don't think there's going to be anything left of it. It might just be dust and bones now. It's been there for a while, 87, 31, 32 years.
Oh, hey.
I mean, you might get lucky, but I doubt there's anything left, Al.
I mean, I know when Burness was down at the Nationals, I think he was looking around one of the locker rooms, one of the storage closets.
He actually thought he found it in some guy's used jack, but that wasn't game. It was actually something else, which he wasn't sure what it was. They were sending it for DNA testing, and but he thought it was. There was a bottle or something that he saw in the airport or somewhere down there that had game on it, and he was going to buy it and bring it up here for Al. But I guess he forgot or something. Had something game. So
do we know if in the playoffs and the championship we'll have a scorekeeper?
You mean a real scorekeeper?
Well, somebody that
can put the penalties on the board.
Penalties are going to come crucial in the time, and I think Shot's going to start staring us down in a minute.
Yeah, we gotta. Let's cut out of here because he's going to come teabag you. Where's Nick? Is Favada here? I haven't seen him yet.
He's calling in, right?
I think he's calling in
for the meeting? We're calling him, and I'll put him on speaker.
All right, okay.
Well, you know what? He's trying to stand on the gumball machine so we see him.
That's Siegel.
That's Siegel?
That's not Nick. You get
dicks.
And there's Stamper again.
Guys are dicks.
Stampy.
Yeah.
Stampy's Pub. All right, so anyway, see you next Tuesday.
See you next week, guys.
We're out.